It looks like we're trying to reconnect. It says, hopefully, if we're recording, we'll see. Go live. All right, here we go. Hopefully that was working and you just saw me do something goofy. All right, we are here for the second installment. So day number 2 or workout 2 of level 1 of our metabolic training series. So excited to be coming to you bright and early this morning. Sorry about the late start, some technical difficulties getting stuff started and trying to make it so the lighting's a little bit better. Excited to bring that second installment though, this second workout. Again, it's a 9 workout series, 3 different levels of difficulty, and then 3 different workouts within each level. Each workout has 5 exercises. One is a total body, one is an arm, one is a leg, and one is a back, and one is an ab exercise. So 5 different exercises that kind of target your whole body so that we get some recovery and get the muscles moving and get you energized in every part of your body. So really excited to be coming to you to give you workout number 2. Again, make sure, just a couple of house cleaning items. Make sure you download the interval timer app if you're on Android. If you are on an Apple device, make sure you download, it's called the training timer. And so these are just simple interval timers that give you a couple of different interval options. And so this one is really simple. It just has the number of sets you want to perform, work interval of 40 seconds, a rest interval of 20 seconds, and we'll just go through that several times. A couple more things. I want for you, if you are watching live, to go ahead and just say, hey, I'm live. I'm with you live. Comment that down below so I can give you a shout out. Also, if you're watching the replay, let us know so that we know that you got it and that you followed along. If you completed the workout, drop that down in the comments below as well. Say, hey, I did it. It was, tell us your experience. If you loved it, if you think it needs to be more challenging or whatever, wait around for the second round, the second level. It gets a little bit more difficult. Same principles there, but it just compounds, adds on itself, so a little bit more difficult. Anyway, so let's get to it. I think that's all I've got as far as house cleaning type things. So also let us know, how did you like the first workout? If you did it, let us know. So these 5 exercises, here's what they're going to be. We're going to do a step up on a stool. So you need some kind of just step or stool to step up onto. The next one is a chair squat. So you need a chair with good arms or a bench of some kind that you could do that on. I prefer a chair at this level with good sturdy arms, and then that should be it as far as equipment. Then if you want like a yoga mat or something on the floor, that works too, but we'll be doing some exercises on the floor. All right, so let's get at it. Those are the main keys of what we need to do for this second workout in the level 1 series. All right, here we go. So we're going to get it started with step-ups. So the idea behind step-ups is that we're going to work the legs a little bit. It's more of a total body activity, kind of like going up and down stairs. We're just going to repeat it many times over. So we're going to just pick a leg. So let's say left leg, and we're going to do as many as you can with the left leg for that 40 seconds, and we'll switch to the right leg. You want that step to be, as high as you can tolerate right now. So it could be a 6-inch step. It could be up onto the chair that you're using, as long as you can do so safely. So just pick the height that will challenge you within that 40 seconds, but that isn't too extreme. Here we go. Ready? So gives you a countdown. All right, so we're just picking a leg, stepping up, back down, up, back down for that 40 seconds. So really work on controlling both ways as you press up and come down, that you're not using momentum to kind of jump up and then plopping down. We want to control it all the way through so that all of the weight is being borne by this leg, but you're controlling it the entire time as well, if that makes sense. So that it's a controlled movement, that you're using strength instead of momentum to control that exercise. All right, 20-second rest period. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, but it's definitely, it's a good way to strengthen both hips, glutes, quads. Simple exercise, but it's effective, especially when you've done 3 rounds of it. You do start to feel it. So we're here making sure as well that our knee stays right over the toes as we step up, that we're not letting that knee wobble too much, which is hard to control sometimes. My head's going off the screen. Perfect. So you can do the step 2 if you need to for balance. You can just step up. That's fine as well. Pretty straightforward exercise here. Okay, so that other piece of equipment, the chair, we'll need that next because we're going to be doing chair dips. So here we go. I'll go from a sideways view to start. So let's talk a little bit about chair dips. So there's a couple different ways you can do them. We're going to start in the most basic way where you're controlling the motion with your legs and your arms. So we're just going to come here, dip down to the chair, and back up. If you need to come to full rest, you can. If you're not quite strong enough yet, that's okay. Just do as many as you can do, and then build on that in future workouts. The idea is we're coming here, down, touching, and right back up. So if you can, just keep it a light touch. That's great. The more your legs are out in front of you, the harder it's going to be. The more pressure you're going to have to exert through your arms. The closer your feet are in, so the more bent they are, the more you can use your legs to help control that. And that's okay right away. To get started, that's fine. You don't have to do it all with your arms right now. It may be more than you can tolerate, and that's totally fine. All right, so let's get rolling with that. Countdown. Here we go. And so what we're working here is we're predominantly working the tricep, so that muscle in the back of the arm, right here, that comes down into the elbow, right? And so it's working to straighten that elbow, and we're just controlling that a little bit with our feet if we need to help us strengthen. So again, it's a little bit more challenging if your legs are out here because you can't help as much with your legs. The other variation that people will often do, you'll see them kind of off a bench, and here, that's a little bit more challenging because it's a deeper motion. So you can do it that way if you want to, but that's a little bit more challenging. And again, the more you have your feet out away from you, the more difficult that is. That kind of comes along in later rounds, or later, the next level of workout. All right, so, but this is a great tricep strengthener and a great kind of entry level. It's good for the triceps. It's also good for your shoulder girdle. So the muscles that help support and sustain your shoulder, they have to work as you're doing this exercise as well to stabilize that shoulder. And so it's great, kind of an entry level upper body workout. Okay, next is a little bit more challenging and works some of the same things. So this one is one that I often have people have a hard time with, simply because it does challenge your shoulders and things a little bit more. So, especially in terms of flexibility. So this is called a tabletop, a reverse tabletop. So we're here, kind of sitting with knees bent, sitting up, arms behind us. And the idea is you want to raise your hips up towards the ceiling, kind of like a bridge. We're coming up, squeezing the glutes, holding, and trying to create that tabletop here, right? So we're holding there and then coming back down. This one, some people will hold it for as much of the 40 seconds as they can. Not necessary. I think you can do repetitions of it. So where you press up and hold and then come back down, and just about 3 to 4 seconds per repetition. Get a good glute squeeze at the top, and that's sufficient. This does challenge the shoulders a little bit if you've got some shoulder problems. And ways to modify it are just to come up, forward more and up if that challenges you. Or you can use kind of a chair or a bench to to come up. If that doesn't work for you at all, you can just modify then to a bridging exercise if it challenges the shoulders too much. But I kind of like that it does both the glutes, the core, and the shoulders all in one exercise. So that's what I like about this exercise. Here we go. So let's give it a shot. So we're coming up, hold, and back down. Again, each repetition should take about 4 seconds. So you're just pausing, holding, getting a really good glute squeeze up at the top. Slow and steady, and just as many as you can within that 40 seconds. So again, if you need to modify because of shoulder issues, that's okay. If you can only hold it for a little bit, or if you can only bring your hips up this far, that's okay as well. You know, just do the best you can. I've had some patients where they start at just barely being able to get their bum up off the ground. That's totally fine. It's a great place to start, and then you can build on that as you get stronger. Okay, so that is the reverse tabletop exercise. The next is a side lying leg lift. So pretty common exercise, pretty standard. You've seen it for years, but there's a couple of things that I want you to know about it and to pay attention to as you do it. So with the side lying leg lift, we want the lower leg bent, this leg straight, and I don't want your body to be folded at all. I want you to be straight so that your leg is in line with the rest of your trunk. This hip has to be pointing straight up towards the ceiling. So no bending or rolling backwards. The tendency is to roll backwards and use your quad to help. So what we're going to do, we're going to bend here. We're going to lift that leg, keeping the ankle pointed straight towards the ceiling. So, but we don't want to come forward at all. We want to keep it straight in line with our body the whole time. Okay? So 40 seconds. Here we go. This is a great one for strengthening the glutes. The glutes are really important at helping to control as we walk. So their primary motion is to help control the rotation and the lateral tilting of the pelvis. So nice and slow and steady. I kind of got speeding up as I was talking. I like repetitions a little bit slower than that. Doesn't matter how high you can get, it's just that you get a good contraction every time. So like I was saying, the hips control how much rotation you get at the hip, as well as how much side-to-side movement you get in the hips, and forward and back, forward and backward tilt of the hips and pelvis. So really important stabilizer muscles that we use with every single step. And so keeping the hips and the glutes strong, really, really important. So that's why I love this exercise. So here we go. Same thing, other side. Again, make sure that you're keeping your body straight in line, that you're not flexing in any way. We're staying straight in line, and we're raising up, keeping that ankle pointing straight towards the ceiling, not letting the toes come up like this. Really common to see that. Oops, got out of my app. So we want to, again, make sure that ankle's pointing straight up towards the ceiling. All right, here we go. Countdown, a few seconds left. Hopefully you can see me okay. And here we go. So you should be feeling it. If you're doing it right, you should be squeezing the glute, and you should be feeling it just behind the hip bone here. You should be feeling it in that muscle right there. Again, we're trying to keep that ankle pointing straight up towards the ceiling and not letting the foot rotate. We want to keep it down. And we're staying straight in line with our body. We're not coming forward or dropping backward. We want to stay straight in line. And you'll feel that. You'll feel that work that muscle pretty well. Perfect. Okay. So, and the last exercise within this group is a plank. Everybody loves planks. So we're going to do a modified plank. This plank we're going to do on elbows and knees, and working on keeping head in line with our body. So not lifting it up or not dropping it down. Keeping head in line with our body and just maintaining that good solid core. You want to draw your belly button in. You want to squeeze the glutes and really just tighten up your core all the way from your back, wrapping around towards your belly button, drawing that belly button down towards the spine so that we can maintain a neutral, solid core as we do this. So this is the position we want to be in right here. So elbows, head in line with spine, dropping the hips. So we don't want the bum up and we don't want the legs touching the ground. We want to be hips just off the ground. You should be a straight line from your shoulder to your knees. And then we're going to have the feet up. Okay? And we're just holding that for as much of that 40 seconds as you can. So just do the best you can. We're starting here. If you can't hold it for the entire 40 seconds, that's totally fine. Hold it for as long as you can, and then progress from there. If this is too easy for you and you want to do a full plank, that's fine. Start with the full plank. If you can't quite hold the full plank for the full 40 seconds, do the full plank for a bit and then drop down to your knees when you can't do the full plank anymore. That's okay too. But you just hold this for that 40 seconds. Hold, keep it stable. Squeeze those glutes. Tighten the tummy. And as you can tell, so I'm drawing in my stomach, tightening my stomach, but I'm still able to talk. The key is that you're not holding your breath to tighten your stomach, that you're actually drawing those abdominal muscles down. So that was the first round of all 5 exercises in this series. So let me know if you've got any questions at this point. Again, if you're watching live, go ahead and let us know. Drop a comment down below. Say, hey, I'm live. Or if you're watching the replay, let us know that you're watching the replay, so that we can know that you're doing it with us and we're all staying motivated together. If you've got any questions about any of the exercises, how to perform them, let me know as well. You can drop those in the comments below or direct messages here at Body Smart, and we'll get right back to you as soon as we can. But happy to answer any of those questions you might have. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick drink just because my mouth is drying out from all the talking, and then we'll hit round 2. So now we're going to complete 2 more rounds of these exercises, and it's just the same 5. So here we go again with the step ups onto the stool. Again, you want like a 6 to 8 inch stool. A little bit higher if you need it to challenge you, or a little bit lower if it's too challenging. Find out what works best for you, but here we go. It's funny to do this and see the lights, like I've got a top light right here, right in my face. Again, control it up and control it down. Try not to go too fast. I tend to speed up. Most people do. Really control it, especially coming back down. I want you to really focus on controlling it instead of plopping down. It should be soft and fairly quiet so that you're not pounding the ground, but also that you're getting both phases of that exercise. So the stepping up phase, or the concentric phase, and then the eccentric lowering phase. All right, here we go, other leg. So there's muscular benefits from each of the phases. And by controlling that, we're really helping strengthen tendons, ligaments, where they attach into the bone and things like that, by doing a slow, controlled release of that instead of just plopping down. So, perfect. Just do as many as you can do within that 40 seconds. Again, if you can't do it for the full 40 seconds right now, that's totally fine. Do the best you can do, and we'll build from there. Perfect. Okay, there's the next round. So next exercise, we're going to pull out the chair again. Here we go. And this time I'll do it from front ways on, so you can see it from a little bit different angle. So we're here, and we're coming up and down. So again, you can make it more challenging by straightening your legs. Coming here. Again, so this is just a small one. We're not going all the way down. Like if you were to come to the edge of your chair, that's gonna allow you to get a little bit lower. That's a way to make it more challenging if you need to. But for most people starting out, this is about right. And again, just do as many as you can safely do with proper form, and so that it's not hurting. Again, you want to control it down as well as control up, that we're not plopping down into the chair. So good. There's round 2. Next exercise coming up is our reverse tabletop. So we're coming into this position. Again, slow, steady, a good glute contraction at the top. Try and brace the core. Here we go. Ready? We're going up, squeeze, and back down. Up, squeeze, 2, and back down. Up, squeeze, back down. So this one, a lot of people feel it in their shoulders. Some people feel it in their hamstrings and glutes, which is where we'd like to feel it. Hopefully it's not painful for your shoulders. If it is, definitely modify. But it should be a good one to kind of stretch your shoulders and help use the muscles throughout your entire range of motion, kind of back here. Whereas an area where a lot of people do wind up having pain and problems. So if we can get that strong in a gentle way, we can avoid a lot of problems. So, next one, we're laying down and we're doing those hip raises. Ready? Oops, I didn't curl my underneath leg. I like to do that to provide a stable base to work from. I find that when people do that, they don't roll back so much, right? They tend to stay hip straight up. So that's why I like to bend this lower leg. The old school Suzanne Summers style workouts, right? It works though, you can feel it in that glute, so perfect. Okay, we're switching sides. Same thing. Here we go. Bending that lower leg, making sure we're not flexing through the body at all, that we're keeping our leg right in line with our hips. And we're really contracting that glute. If you do go slightly in one direction, forward or backward, I'd actually prefer that you go slightly backward. That's going to target that glute even just a little more. Slow and controlled again. Perfect. All right. Yep, feeling it in the glutes, just like we should. Okay, last one, plank. So this is the second round. Goes pretty quick. It's designed to be a 15-minute workout. A little bit more because we've got a couple exercises that are on both sides. But pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Okay, here we go with our plank. We're dropping down. Bum's not too low, bum's not too high. We're staying right there with our body in a straight line from knee to shoulder. We want the head down and in line with our body. So we don't want to sag down. We don't want to lift up. We want our head just right in line with our body. We're drawing the belly button in towards the spine, tightening that belly button, but not holding your breath. And we're squeezing the glutes, keeping everything tight so that our body stays in a perfect straight line. And you just hold that for as long as you can within that 40 seconds. So just do the best you can. If you need to take a break, that's totally fine. If you need to come down, just do it for as much of that 40 seconds as you can. Do the best you can. All right, here we go. Let's start over. Third round. Here we go. And we're stepping up. So I like these exercises because they're simple and safe to do. But when done in a series like this, you can still work up a bit of a sweat. So you can, know that it's working a bit. The idea is to strengthen in a way that makes your muscles have to make an adaptation. So to do enough of a load that it has to make a change to get stronger, but that you're not doing so much that you're going to require so much recovery that you're sore the next day or that you have problems, so that you can work out every single day. You don't have to kill yourself off every single day. It's more just about putting in the time, and you still want to challenge yourself. Don't get me wrong. You have to challenge yourself because you have to make enough of an effort, enough resistance to make your body have to make a change. So we've got to give enough stimulus that your body has to make a change. But that being said, you don't have to kill yourself off all in one day so that you're dying and sore the next day and can't get off the toilet or out of a chair. That's unnecessary and winds up kind of setting us back rather than moving us forward. And so if we can just take it a step at a time, do the best we can on any given day, we're going to be better off because we can work out every single day instead of just 1 or 2 days a week or 2 to 3 days a week. We can work out every single day more easily. We can build into that so that we're getting more time spent exercising, more stress on our muscles in terms of volume of exercise and not so much intensity of exercise. And unfortunately, sorry, I'm going to pause that for a sec. Unfortunately, time is just much more important than intensity of exercise. There's just nothing that can make that up like just putting in the time. One of the reasons there is that's how our body's designed. For thousands of years, our ancestors worked all day long, right? They were moving, working out in the fields and things like that all day long. And so our metabolism is designed that way for the slow, long burn. High intensity, quick burst stuff, it can help us burn a lot of calories, but isn't necessarily going to be the best for our long-term overall fitness. It leads to a higher risk of injury and some other things. So we're better off kind of doing what our ancestors did and just finding ways to move more, to strengthen gradually so that we're in it for the long haul rather than just some big workout today that's going to keep me from my workouts the next couple of days. All right. Rant over. We'll get back to the workouts. So here we are with the chair dips. Here we go. So we're just going with that simple basic chair dip where we're right here, coming just down to the chair and back up. So from sideways on, we're looking like this. So it's just a basic one. It's not all the way down. We're not trying to really strengthen through the whole range of motion yet. We're just getting those muscles strong enough to bear our weight and support us. Again, we're pushing down through the shoulder blades and everything, really trying to engage those muscles too. And there we go. Okay, reverse tabletop is our next exercise. So we're going right into that reverse tabletop. We rest for the 20 seconds, get into position, and away we go. So we're raising up and we're squeezing those glutes. Ready? We're coming up, squeeze, and back down. Up, squeeze, and back down. Here we go. If you're joining us, make sure to drop a comment down below. Say, hey, I'm joining live. If you're watching the replay, let us know. Say replay. And if you did the workout, drop that too. Let us know how you did. Tell us about your experience. Happy to see how people are doing with it. So fun stuff. Again, this is workout 2, level 1 of our metabolic workout series. Perfect. All right, last 2 are down on the floor as well. So we're gonna do the hip, that sideline hip raise. So hip abduction. We're here, straight in line with our body, squeezing that glute. Ankle pointing straight up towards the ceiling, not rotated around. I'm gonna move so you can see that. So we're here. So I'm trying not to lift my toe up toward the ceiling. I'm keeping it down. And again, if you're picking a direction, you'd want to go slightly back rather than slightly forward. And you're gonna engage those glutes just a little bit more. Perfect. We're gonna switch sides, same thing, other side. We're here, straight in line with my body. And that's the direction I'm gonna raise that leg, toes down. And then, so we've got this one and one last exercise, and then this round is done. So again, you should be feeling it in the glute. Hopefully you do. If not, we're gonna find ways to make it harder in the next level. All right, last one is that plank. Again, you wanna just keep everything in a straight line and really engage the core, engage the glutes. It's a good total body strengthener as well as a core strengthener. So here we go. In position, dropping the hips low, but not touching the ground. So we wanna be right in there. So if you experience some back pain with this, the reasons why is you're probably sagging too low, or you're not tightening your core enough. And so you really wanna make sure that you're tightening that core, that you're contracting those abdominal muscles, drawing your belly button down towards your spine, squeezing the glutes to activate, to help hold kind of that posterior chain solid as well. As you squeeze the glutes though, try not to drive the hips down and forward. Try to keep everything in a good straight line. Perfect. And there it is. There's our entire workout. If you've got any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer them at any time. Excited to be able to bring this second installment, so the second workout of level 1, so kind of this beginner level. Happy to bring this exercise routine to you. If you've got any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments down below. Again, if you're watching live, let us know. If you watch the replay, again, let us know. Just say replay down below. Also, if you completed the workout, say completed. Love to see who's participating and how they did with it. Thanks so much for joining, and we will see you on Monday with installment number 3. So level 1, workout 3. Again, it'll be 5 exercises designed to help you improve your metabolism and get stronger so that you can support the muscles that you use for everyday activity so that you can stay healthy, avoid injury, and increase your metabolism. So here we go. We'll see you Monday.